Morning, Daryl. Yeah, it's 1:14 in the morning West Coast time. We got a little bit of wind and rain action outside. Storm system sliding in. Going to be sliding out here in about an hour or two. Oh, shall we date this thing Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024? Shall we also talk about earthquakes? Because right now that seems to be the hot topic right now. This is the month for hot topic month of geology. And I already sent out a video, sent out the link over to Mr. Bill regarding geology. I sent him a Geology 101 book. If you're going to touch geology, let's touch geology. Doesn't mean I'm a rock hound, just meant, you know, 35, almost 40 plus years ago, 35 roughly, I was in a geology class twice in a semester. No, actually, two semesters in a row. And I still couldn't understand it half the time anyway when I was a kid. I was taught by a lab, and then afterwards I was taught by a field geologist. I think I learned more about the field geology than I did about the lab. The guy was boring the crap out of me about that one there. About field geology, yeah, I learned a lot what to look for in my own backyard. It was cool. But I still couldn't get it because I wasn't remembering everything and anything about it. But you happen to point out a particular time and space that I lived through. I wasn't living up in Frisco. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. San Francisco. Screw it. Still Frisco to me. Yeah, I know I'm a little bit insulting when it comes down for the natives out in up there in NorCal, but I'm SoCal. What can I say? Got a bit of a preference. Anyway, 1989. I was working at Circuit City at the time as cashier. We had every damn television in the store on. I was working over in Devonshire and Balboa area. Mr. Artist in Recovery, will you kindly hit the Google Maps and type out Northridge? Focus on major streets. Somewhere in the northern region, if I'm not mistaken, I'll help you out with that one. We are going back in time and space to 1989. I didn't say Google Earth here either, but I just wanted to show you something anyway. So I will type it out here while you're online. Thank you very much. I will show you something even without the glam glasses. I still need to contact Kaiser on that shit. That's for damn sure. Alrighty. Well, I'll help you navigate your way. And we got Northridge. Now, if you'll notice on the map, I know I'm doing this still without the damn glasses. Give me a break. I know, but still. Layers on this thing. And get the search engine off. I lived in San Fernando Valley all my life. I still need the damn glasses to see this shit. Okay, so what I'm looking at right now, I just turned on the layers. I'm looking at this whole wide swath of places. I'm telling you a story here, my friend. This is what happens when I tell a story. And Northridge. Oh, hell with that. Just give me the street views on this shit. There we go. That's better. Okay, what I'm looking for right now is Devonshire and Balboa. Not Rinaldi, not Chatsworth, but Devonshire and Balboa. And along such street. My God, that was my stomping grounds all over the damn place, wasn't it? I miss that place. I do. I'm back to layers. Better at the topography that way, anyway. Okay, so Devonshire and Balboa. You'll see a lot of shopping centers. There's going to be a junior high on the far left. And then angle to the right a little bit, just with your eyes. You'll see a huge shopping swath of buildings there. Kindly scroll over to the corner, if you can, where it says Devonshire and Balboa, and upper northwest area of the intersection. You see that L shape a bit? Kind of boxing a little bit. A long time ago, the layout was a lot different. Right before the '94 quake kicked in, and we actually had a hospital in the area and a major shopping center on Chatsworth and Balboa. But down to Devonshire and Balboa, that L-shaped, well, that was the area I worked in from 1987 through 1991, and there was a major store, a shopping store called Circuit City. Circuit City, the intelligent choice, where service is state of the art. No, no, no. I gotta do that one right. Welcome to Circus City. The service is state of the art. I'm sorry, I had to do that. That jingle was still in my damn head on those days. I swear. I gotta laugh at this shit. I tell you, the stuff they put out there. But yeah, I worked over there for 4 years as a cashier. My cashier role was right in the center of the store. It was called Vulture's Row. Actually, no, it was called Cashier Row. And right above that, it was a column that actually was partially of a storage room and Vulture's Row, which contained our communications. You wanted to call the store? You called the Vulture's Row. Thank you for calling Circuit City. How may I direct your call? Oh, I'm sorry. That salesperson is not available right now. May I take a message, please? How long have you been waiting for your delivery, sir? Oh, my God. Well, I have the phone number for the delivery company. They're supposed to be. This is where they're supposed to be. Oh, about your special order? Well, um, who's the salesperson? Bob. Which one? Oh, him. Okay, well, Mr. Witt is. Let's see if I can paint him for you. Bob Witt, please dial the operator. Bob Witt, please dial the operator. That was my job. If I wasn't working at the front lines, I was working in it as Walter Rowe. I said I had a voice during that time. During those days, we actually had been watching the World Series every year. But this time it freaked us out, especially when we saw Loma Prieta going up. Loma Prieta. Okay. That was by San Francisco. When that sucker went, everyone else was having conniption fits. Loma Prieta was up by San Francisco area. They have a large swath area over there. I mean, there's a lot of people out there, right by San Jose. But the mountain regions that we had out there moved. The fault lines we had were the Pacific and the North American plate. The North American plate was on the east side, Pacific was on the right. Now, okay. We have the Pacific, we have the North America. And basically, they were slip sliding away. That's what they generally would do. And then some of the fault lines we would have in the area would go right under. Convergent, right into the mantle area, meld, reform, reforge, and then plop up somewhere else as you know, regurgitated matter, shall we say. When that thing hit, that was a major fiasco. Frisco, I know, San Francisco. I still call it Frisco. Frisco had suffered a hell of a lot, but so had San Jose. But we were watching San Francisco at play. We were seeing the World Series. Now, if I remembered, Wikipedia actually had done some research on this thing. get over there because this was a hell of an earthquake that they actually had. Wikipedia, the link I'm going to be sending over to, has a list of all the major earthquakes we had out here in California. Just California alone. Okay, it wasn't Joshua Tree. Inland Empire. Cape Mendocino? No. You were talking about Loma Prieta in the Santa Cruz Mountains. Yeah, 69. 6.9. Practically a 7-pointer. Terrified the scared hell out of people left and right in that area. They had a pretty good picture of a double, well, looks like a freeway sandwich. I'd seen what it looked like months later. And it kicked the shit out of Oakland, Cruz, San Elinas. But we saw San Francisco because we were watching the game at the time. And they actually had the Oakland A's versus the crosstown rivals San Francisco Giants. Now this was called the Earthquake Series because it was during an earthquake that they actually had it, but they actually did complete it. They actually did complete the game. And it ran from October 14th through October 28th. October. We watched this game. We were watching the game because some of the guys had a bet on this thing. But as for the quake itself, that's a terrifying damn thing to go through. But I'm surprised you didn't bring up the 1994, let alone 1971 Selma earthquake. Yeah, yeah. Being a native, yeah. I got the juicy ones, didn't I? This monster, we saw it on television. We're watching it. We're seeing about to do a pitch, and then everything else goes shaky like crazy. And the pitcher goes out, and everyone's screaming on the television, and we're hearing it, and everyone's like, right above us in the cashier row, we actually had a large screen television. We were watching it. We had a few sales counselors coming over watching this, but they actually had other televisions playing the thing too, so everyone was getting into it, and everyone started talking about this quake. And then we saw the bars. Temporarily, we saw the bars. I didn't think I'd be able to see those damn things in a long time. Station goes off the air, you get the bars, and then you hear beep. That was terrifying enough just watching that damn thing. Next thing we know, we're at home after work, and I'm seeing all this shit happening. I'm like, what the hell? They had an earthquake out there. Yeah, no kidding. Let's see, between 88 and 89, I lived in one particular portion. I guess from 89 to 91, I lived in another area of Granada Hills. But we were watching all this damn shit. That was a major seismic shift. The fault lines moved like that. It was a sudden thrust. It was just a lateral slip. But that did a hell of a lot of damage. I know we started getting the television reports and the photographs of San Jose, not to mention Oakland and Frisco and Burlingame. But there was also areas up north that were still affected by it too. Fremont got nailed. San Leandro got nailed. San Leandro was a neighborhood. My uncle and his family used to live up there for a long while. My uncle was a special investigator in those days. And his family lived up in San Leandro. It was a hell of an area to live in, though. I barely remembered it. He lived in a house that actually had a field right behind his house. a long field, power lines and stuff. That area got nailed. Besides Oakland, Richmond got nailed. I remember the widespread that we had. I mean, there was San Rafael. Shit. I mean, when that energy kicked in, it was doing a whole complete damage on the northern end. But then what the hell happened on the southern end? Oh, well, let's see. Thank you for asking on that one. See, the energy was being transferred to the mountains. We didn't actually have any aftershocks down below. We actually had some of the aftershocks still in the area where Prieta went off, Santa Cruz mountains out there. And there was some damage out in the coastline. Not reported as much. Santa Cruz got shook up real bad, and they felt the energy is far east is where the hell was it again? No. Far east through the mountains when it actually had. Almost in the Central Valley they were feeling it, about a 4 or 5 on that one. They felt a pretty good shocks, but they weren't damaged out there in Central Valley. No, it wasn't. But they felt it. They felt that shocker. But that wasn't nothing compared to 94. Shall we talk about 94 next one? But anyway, I'll do the next video on that one, and I'll send it out to you. We saw it. We freaked. We had connection fits on that one. Okay, how was it? 94 coming up.